opening exchanges of the first Test match belong well and truly to Matt's 11. They ripped through Brennan's 11's top order to have them in big trouble as they entered lunch on the opening day. But that triggered a remarkable fight back from firstly Gavin Merrifield and secondly George Paneros, who came to Brennan's 11's rescue. Their heroics didn't end there. It was their turn to do it with the ball, ripping through Matt's 11's top order to claim day one honours. Scott then claimed the wicket of his opposition captain early on day two, as they would take an 18-run lead into the second innings. Matt's 11 responded well with the ball, which saw Michael Johnson become the first player to not only take a hat-trick at the WCG, but with a fortuitous rebound, also claimed the first ever double hat-trick. Johnson wasn't finished there. A brilliant catch to remove Brennan's 11's captain meant that Matt's 11 needed 75 for victory. But the wheels well and truly fell off early in the run chase, from which Matt's 11 could not recover, and they've now got it all to do as Brennan's 11 take a 1-0 series lead into the second Test match. Welcome to the WCG for this second Test match between Matt's 11 and Brennan's 11, right here on your home of backyard cricket, WCG TV. Matt's 11 are looking to rebound strongly from their first Test defeat, whilst it's a different reality for Brennan's 11, a win and they've wrapped up the series. Captains are in the middle for the toss. Best of luck. Flats. We'll have a bat. We'll have a bat. Two forced changes from Matt's 11's first Test lineup. The big four of Matt White, Pat McGregor, Michael Johnson and Hamid El-Basher retain their places and have been entrusted with turning around the fortunes of Matt's 11 after their first Test defeat. A Hancock holiday sees both Brett Hancock and Daniel Hancock unavailable for today's match. So Liam Richards, who was a part of Nice Gary's T20 victory, steps in to make his Test match debut, as too does Alex Stepien. Brennan's 11's big four of Brendan Scott, Rob El-Basher, George Paneros and Gavin Merrifield remain. Of course, it was Merrifield and Paneros who saved the day for Brennan's 11 in that opening Test match, and their confidence will be sky high. Trent McKechnie, who was a substitute player for Matt's 11 in the opening Test match, now makes his full Test match debut for Brennan's 11. Robert Leonard is unavailable due to grade cricketing commitments, so Josh Bolling will step in to make his debut at the WCG, with Adam Hughes rounding out Brennan's 11's lineup. It's go time at the WCG for the all-important second Test match. Players make their way to the middle, both sides looking for a positive start. Bit of a shuffle in the Brennan's 11's batting lineup. Rob El-Basher, who usually bats down the order, is being entrusted with getting Brennan's 11 off to a positive start. So we're all set to go in the second Test match. It'll be Liam Richards bowling to Rob El-Basher. In now, it's a full toss and it's played to Pat McGregor, who flicks it back at the stumps first ball. He's alive and ready and looks right up for this one. Richards to bowl to El-Basher again. It's full. Oh, that's a dangerous delivery. A nervous start from Liam Richards. Brennan's 11 off the mark.
Oh, what a shot. Standing up, delivering. Well, he was sort of on the back foot initially.
Today's surface is a lot drier than the one that was used in the opening Test match. It is rock hard underneath, and it'll be good for both bat and ball. Now Pat McGregor to bowl to Rob El-Basher. It's full, it's played on the leg side, but it's well stopped by Hamid El-Basher, who's remained on the ground. It's a bit of a lethargic effort.
He really likes it. A mistake from Stuart Broad, isn't it?
Oh, right through him. Squared him up the one had just gone away a little off the seam, but Pat has made the breakthrough.
Brandon's 11 lose their first wicket with the score at 11. That brings their skipper to the crease. Failed twice in the first test match. Will be under some pressure. So it'll be McGregor who will bowl to Scott now. Comes in around the wicket and it's left outside the off stump. Captain v captain as White will bowl to Scott. It's hit Scott on the leg. He hasn't offered a stroke, but one thinks this would have pitched outside leg. Yeah, it has comfortably. It's the problem with bowling around the wicket. White steaming into Scott once more. It's full down the leg side. Scott plays and misses, and this might not have been too far away from the leg stump. No, it wouldn't have been. Last ball of a very hostile over from Matt White. Got his opposition captain on the back foot. Bowls now on. It's another quick delivery. Scott survives. It's Alex Stepien now to bowl to Scott. It's a full toss. It's played on the offside on. It's been well fielded by Matt White. Lifts near side in the field, leading by example, and keeps the pressure on Scott as Stepien bowls again. Oh, it's a good delivery outside the off stump. Just rolls the fingers over it. Gets a bit of purchase off the surface.
Oh, lovely placement. Really worked that into the gap, did Steve Smith. Lovely shot.
That was a gorgeous shot. Just a simple move into the ball.
Scott starting to look comfortable as his side moves on to 1 for 20. Johnson bowls on. It's a tight leave outside the off stump. Good delivery from Johnson. Oh, that's actually leapt quite sharply.
That's as straight as you want to get, and that's why you stay wide.
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot.
1 for 24 now as Johnson continues. It's a short ball and it's well evaded there from Scott. Good aggression shown there from Johnson and a good contest brewing here. Johnson into Scott again. Short. Oh, and this one's hit Scott. It's a good bit of bowling here from Michael Johnson. Scott wears it and gets the hands out of the way.
Well, that's a great stroke. Quickly into position, knew exactly where he was hitting it. Always been a very good player. That's the best example of it.
That's it. Get after this tide.
Scott has moved along onto 20 as Mark Pasfield continues. Just played on the offside. He'll scamper through for a single and gets there comfortably in the end. Brennan's 11, 1 for 29.
Good shot. Best shot of the day so far. It'll be a boundary.
Yeah, and that's what his champion's doing to him. He's letting him down. He's getting it to move in the corridor nicely, and then he bowls a fully.
Brennan's 11 starting to move along nicely. 1 for 38 as Liam Richards will continue, and it's left outside the off stump. Scott looking comfortable. He's moved on to 29 on what looks a fantastic batting wicket. He'll be looking to cash in. Richards will continue to Scott again. It's a full toss and it's been played on the offside, but it hasn't gone to the boundary. It's been stopped by the fence. Another full toss from Richards, who's been inconsistent today. He needs to get it together for his side as he bowls to Scott again. Oh, and that is a good delivery to finish with. And Scott leaves it alone. 1 for 38 as Pat McGregor will bowl to Scott now, and it's left alone outside the off stump. Scott has left well today. Very careful and patient knock this. They know if they can make a decent first innings total, they can put a lot of pressure on Matt's 11. Here as Pat McGregor bowls again. Oh, it's a full toss and Scott gets an inside edge and nearly drags it back onto the stumps. Oh, that must have been close, but he survives. Last ball of the over. McGregor will bowl to Scott again. Oh, it's a good short delivery. And Scott sways out of the way of it. A big battle happening here at the WCG. It's game on. It'll be Matt White to bowl the last over before the lunch break. Bowls to Scott, and it's played on the offside and well fielded by Alex Stepien. That came right out of the screws of Scott's bat. Good reactions from Stepien. 1 for 38 as White will continue. Oh, and that spat up and hit Scott. Good bowling again from Matt White. Hostile bowling. And Scott not budging an inch. Matt White turning it on as he bowls to Scott again. And Scott plays it down on the offside. A bit late on it. This is quick stuff from White, but he negotiates it well in the end. So the last ball of what's been a fiercely fought opening session. White bowls to Scott and it's wide outside the off stump. Brennan's 11 go to lunch on top. Scott has knuckled down brilliantly after losing the early wicket of Rob El-Basher. Brennan's 11 go to lunch 1 for 38 and are in a strong position to press on and make a big first innings total. They're in a considerably better position than where they found themselves on the opening day of the first test match, and Scott will be looking to come out after lunch and further Brennan's 11's advantage. Back soon.